Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Everyone's a Critic podcast, where this week we're breaking down Love Island week 6. It's following the aftermath of
Yes.
Casa Amor. The islanders have had a week to, you know, reconcile, get back together, figure out what's going on. City Boys up by 1,000 last time we
It's
left them.
disgusting.
Everyone took back everyone. No repercussions.
None.
However, the one thing we were all waiting for was to see how the girls in particular would respond once movie night came about. And movie night is just a chance to reflect on the goings on during Casa Amor time, like how the islanders were conducting themselves. It's funny. So they all know there's going to be a movie night at the end of Casa Amor, right?
Yeah.
It's been pretty much a staple in the Love Island format. So it's kind of wild to me to see the way they conduct themselves.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's selective amnesia. Yeah. It's selective amnesia. You just choose to not remember. You choose not to remember how bad they behave, like how badly like they behaved, basically. Because they really were. And I think Luca, out of everyone, like Luca didn't think that he would be received badly because he didn't do anything. But by egging on people, like you automatically look terrible. And I think we kind of spoke about this last week. And I think you were saying that like you can't be telling your boys to like do stuff that you wouldn't do. But like you're sat there doing it. Do you know what I mean? You look terrible and he looks really bad. And let's start
there. Let's start with Luca, the dirty child. Like the only, and I say dirty child for there's two comments in there. Him being dirty in the sense of he's just really slimy, and like you said, egging on the boys and like, get in her bed. It's like, oh, you've really dug yourself a hole, you gotta dig deeper, like you gotta go. And again,
crazy.
Like, if those are your boys, if those are your friends, this is why I kind of understand why male friendships in particular, I think if you don't identify as a man, you kind of struggle to see the goodness in them, because where's the camaraderie? Where's the connection? Where's the actual like genuine sense of support? Because egging on your boy to cheat on, as much as they're not boyfriend, girlfriend, but to effectively cheat on their partner.
Yeah.
And then, act like you're not in the wrong for doing so.
Yeah.
And still being their friend. To me, there's a massive disconnect there. And I can't stand that. He's a child in the sense of when we finally got to see Gemma's tapes and realized that Gemma, hasn't done anything. She's an attractive person. Billy's gonna come and chat to her. She didn't lead him on or flirt with him in particular. Like she didn't shout that like, oh yeah, I'm with Luca, which I think is what Luca wanted to see.
Yeah.
I'm with Luca, don't chat to me.
Yeah.
Which is farcical because you're not boyfriend, girlfriend.
You're not boyfriend, girlfriend. You're on Love Island. Like, anyway.
You're not flirting or hugging and kissing and trying to do all those sorts of things. You're respectful, but you're also single. So, and I think not to like strike a contradiction just based on what I said for the boys, but I think the boys actually set out to kiss as many girls as they can, to flirt, to get touchy-feely with as many people as they can. Exactly. That's the experience. They wanted to test themselves. Exactly. And Gemma and most of the girls didn't do that,
No.
So Luca's a dirty child. The boys have no loyalty or love really amongst themselves. And
for anyone.
And just as a final point, I think the movie night itself kind of showed that to me when they were all laughing a lot when they were watching how
they behaved.
How they behaved. They were laughing at each other. And I'm like, your friends' partners over there, like tearing their hair out, getting upset, the boys kind of fucked. Why are you like laughing and that's not cool.
It's gross. And I think another example of Luca being a dirty child is just when he eventually did pull Gemma for a chat, like eventually, after like freaking like basically ignoring her and being a weirdo about it. He eventually pulled her for a chat, and Gemma was like, profusely denying the fact that she had like led on led on Billy, which she hadn't, to be fair to her. So she was, saying like, I'd like just chill out, like this is nothing to be worried about, blah blah blah. And Luca's just kind of like, okay, well, I'll remember that kind of thing, like almost to say like, I'm not going to forget that you've done this.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold it over you, which to me is like such a red flag. I despise that. It's kind of like that tit for tat, like petty kind of like almost like two wrongs make a right mentality, which isn't the case and has never been the case. Instead of them to kind of, or instead of Luca to kind of see the situation and be like, okay, fine, like I trust you, I believe you, like let's just move on from this. He's now like, no, when it suits me, I'm going to bring this up again, so then you can feel how I'm feeling. Literally. That's not how relationships should be working. Like, and if that's his idea of what a relationship is, then he shouldn't be in one. But that's just me.
Luca's 24?
He's 23, 24, yeah.
I don't want to give him too much leeway, but it kind of tracks in some respects where the way you're just carrying yourself is very juvenile. In that, like you said, that's not how relationships should work. Like
not at all.
If you're getting into a tit for tat, I'll pay you, or I'm gonna hold. If you're getting into a scorecard, you're in dangerous waters.
Absolutely. And that leads us like perfectly. Sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You're gonna get to
Ekin-Su and Davide. Truly, free my girl Ekin-Su. Free her now. Free Gemma. In fact, I should have started with this. Yeah, I should have started this whole episode by saying free Gemma, free Ekin-Su, and free Indiyah, right? Ekin-Su is like after Danica is Ekin-Su in terms of soldiers. Yeah, because I don't know how she has dealt with Davide for so long.
Yeah.
For so long. Davide is one of these guys who he's basically Luca. He's Luca, but like 2 years older, essentially. Like they're the same person in my eyes. Luca and Davide are both the kind of guys who you've done something wrong to them and they will never, ever, ever, they will never let it go. And it plays out every single day when Ekin-Su is in that house. And every day Davide is like, you're obviously flirting with that guy. And Ekin-Su is like, I can't help that I'm a catch. I can't help that this person wants to speak to me. If they want to speak to me, they can speak to me, but I've told you, how many times do you want me to tell you that I'm only here for you? Like, I said that to you. I just need you to believe me when I say that, right? What do you think about Davide? I personally can't stand him, but what are your thoughts?
Davide has perfectly captured the boom and bust cycle of capitalism for me in terms of my esteem for him. Bear me on this analogy, but in a sense of didn't like him at the beginning. Then when he done the liar, that stock in Davide through the roof.
Through the roof. Yeah.
Like to me, you don't exist or whatever. You no longer exist.
Yeah.
Through the roof.
Yeah.
But then I think as time has gone on, and begun to, you forgave Ekin-Su for obviously like lying and everything, which she was wrong for that, but you forgave her. And I think when you choose to forgive somebody, you choose to truly forgive and let it go. You can't hold it over their head anymore.
Exactly.
And I think Davide clearly doesn't trust Ekin-Su, and is acting very petulant, very cold, while still kind of keeping her around.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm stalking Davide is plummeted, completely plummeted, and it's frustrating to see Ekin-Su kind of hang around, and because he's kind of dangling a carrot in front of her, like, yo, if you carry on showing good behavior, we're going to make this work. But then when she's kind of looking towards him, okay, like, are we there? Are we gonna? Is like, are we in a good track? He's kind of just like, I don't know. You will see. You will see.
Yeah, and it's scary.
Yeah,
it's scary. It's scary to watch because we know from past experience that Ekin-Su can have anyone. And I don't know why Davide isn't frightened by it. And maybe, do you know what? Maybe that's exactly what the issue is, right? Because he knows that Ekin-Su can have anybody in that house. Let's be absolutely clear about that. Okay. The fact that she's chosen you and she said, no, it's you that I want. Why is that not doing something for you? When you know that she's going to have literally anybody.
Two things on that. I think Davide doesn't have much of a personality to speak of to really feel threatened in that way. I think he's very self-absorbed. So
true.
He's not thinking like there's never a threat like in his mind. He
right
like that. She's also similar where she's like, oh, I can get Davide like that if I wanted him. Like,
yeah.
And that used to bug me because I'm like, yeah, okay. But
clearly
both of them have that ability. But the second thought I had is I feel we've been robbed. I feel
Why?
Do you remember when Ekin-Su first came into the island and was just moving
mad, crazy,
left to right, like whoever I wanted, I'm gonna take him. I feel we deserve to see more of that, you know?
Yeah, and I agree. And if this is, sorry.
No, I was gonna say if this is what we're gonna get with her, like be hunkered down to something which clearly isn't gonna go anywhere. You two don't trust each other. You can't form a relationship if you don't trust each other as a basis. As a basis, you don't trust each other. I don't think you really like each other that much. Clearly, you just want to bang, and that's fine. Do that and then move on.
Yeah, it is sad to watch, and like for me personally, and I've said this from the start, I want Ekin-Su to win. And for me, it's by any means necessary. So if it means that like her and Davide work it out, fine, whatever. Am I a fan of Davide? No. Do I hope that like, because at the end, don't they like have to split or there's like split or steal or whatever?
Both of them will take the money. Both of them will take the money.
Bruv, but as long as she wins, I don't care, right? By any means necessary. And so that's kind of where I lie with Ekin-Su and Davide. Like I can't, I will grin and bear it as long as Ekin-Su wins. But do I wish that someone else comes into the house who treats Ekin-Su better than any of these men have in the past? Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think this will be the first Love Island we have where whoever wins, I can see the relationship. I can see the winners choosing to steal all the money.
Yeah, honestly, and I hope they do. I hope they do still, because this year has been less of a game of couples and more of a game of like just the individual personalities. I feel like, because do I see any of these couples lasting outside of the house? No.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like for me, so for example, the reason why I'm saying free Gemma, free Ekin-Su, free Indiyah is because I'd be happy if any one of those three ladies won, honestly, but only them. Like, I don't care about their counterparts. I only care about the women because I want them to get their bag.
Let's stick. Okay, so sticking with Indiyah, because you just mentioned her. How are we feeling about Dami, Indiyah, Summer? Now we've seen the video of Dami locked in the three-way kiss in bed, and seemingly somehow bust case once more.
Well, to be fair, you said that you did think that that Indiyah would take him back.
Yeah,
I hoped that she wouldn't, but not that I hope that she wouldn't, but I feel like there was a lot to unpack, right? And I think even, okay, you know what? Let me take that back. On the basis that she'd seen the video and like obviously knew that these things happened anyway, but blah, blah, would she have taken it back? Yes. But after seeing how Dami spoke to Summer, that would have stirred my spirit personally, right? So just in case you need a reminder, Dami had brought Summer over to Indiyah basically so they can have like a chat as a three to unpack for all of them what had happened in the video, in the clips that they'd seen regarding Dami and Summer and like what really went on in Casa Amor. So Summer's come over and said, listen, like essentially she felt like she was a bit led on because he was saying how he felt about Indiyah, but like the way he was behaving with Summer was it gave her hope, right? Mm-hmm. Which we know is true because otherwise Summer wouldn't be there, hey? And as Summer's walking away, Dami's like, you're fake. So now because he's angry and upset, he's now taking it out on Summer instead of just taking responsibility for what he's done. And And it's reminiscent of what happened when he called out Luca, when he was like, oh, you're fake. Yeah. Right, just kind of lashing out because he knows he feels guilty and because he feels bad, and it's gross. Like, you don't speak to people like that. Like, it's rude, it's disgusting, it's not it. And the fact that Dami was then just the fact that Indiyah was then just kind of like sitting there, I was like, no, like he's wronging Summer here in my eyes anyway, especially because we've seen what Dami's done. You can't now blame Summer for feeling the way that she feels when you're the one who was out here trying to kiss me 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be out here trying to call me fake when you're the fakest one here, bruv. Okay, he's not, but he kind of is at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So, like,
you're not entirely wrong. I think the way I've seen Dami kind of conduct himself, where he's like friends with everyone, like everyone's pal. He's like easy to get with. Best friends with Paige, whilst encouraging Jax to move mad and then consoling Paige afterwards and Jax move mad. And it's aside to Dami, I think we've been seeing just the breadcrumbs of where he's not a good guy. You can't say Dami's a good guy.
No, you can't. You can't. You can say he's a nice guy. You can say he's a nice guy. You can maybe say he's a kind guy, but you can't say that he's a good guy.
Yeah.
There's a difference between nice, there's a difference between kind, and there's a difference between good. And he is not a good guy.
Yeah. There are no good guys. I mean, Adam, question mark, because I didn't see initial Adam, so I can't really speak to Adam in, I think, season 4 he was in.
Yeah, but we can't speak to Adam of the past.
But taking Adam out of the equation, I mean, to be honest, even Deji, he's also an anomaly. Can't really speak to Deji too much. I don't really know what it's about. I haven't really seen him in
action.
In enough situations to say if you're like where you sit on that. But definitely from the originals, we can say then like there are no good guys there. Like,
no. Not at all. And like, damn, like I was actually really disappointed by Dami because he could, like, the thing is, in as much as like, you know, Dami and Indiyah have annoyed me to an nth degree, would it have been nice to see them like get somewhere near the final and like stay together and stuff? Yes, absolutely. And he definitely could have been redeemed. But after seeing the way he spoke to Summer because he felt guilty, for me, that's it. Like, you're done. You are done. For me, it's over, because this is not the first time that you've lashed out at somebody because you feel bad. That's number one. And number two, like Summer has literally done nothing wrong. Like, which is why in some ways I can also rate Luca for like not taking it out on Billy for doing what he's there to do.
Yeah.
Like, he's here to play the game, right? So I can't be mad at Luca for not being mad at for not taking anything out on Billy. Like, I almost commend him for it, because it's very easy for him. It could have been very easy for him to just go to Billy and be like, oh, you've been doing this to my girl.
I don't think he has the balls to do that regardless. But anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he is Jax in the sense that like they're all this, but like when it actually comes to it, they're not going to do anything.
When Jax because we're going to talk about Adam and Paige and Jax. When Jax sat down near Adam, it was like, oh yeah, chatting to the girls, yeah, good chat,
crazy. And but then like, in the chat before, he's talking about whatever, like yeah. If he comes, I'm gonna speak to him.
Like, no, giving it all the yeah, I'm gonna do this. Sat down next to him, was like, you having a good chat, yeah,
bro, crazy,
cool,
crazy. So I really do feel like there could have been, like, in an alternate universe, Dami could have played it in a way where he was really, really remorseful. If he wanted to bring over Summer, he could have, and he would have said, you know what, Summer, I'm actually really sorry. You're right. I fobbed you off. Apologies. Apologies. And at this point as well, they'd already squashed it, right? Because Summer's still in the house looking at them doing up lovey-dovey, right? So the fact that he's now come back and he's like, oh, you're fake. No, it's not. No,
it's a lot. It's projection. Yeah, and I think the apology will come because Dami, for everything else around him, seems to have at least some sense to know where he's fucked up.
Yeah,
maybe that's even giving him too much credit, but I think he has sense to know how to course correct.
Yeah.
So
true.
So we'll see where that goes. But anyway. Not surprising that Indiyah took him back in the slightest. She's down bad. I think also I can't imagine how difficult it is for the originals to recouple at this point in the show.
Yeah.
After Casa Amor, where you're Now you're just waiting for scraps. You're gonna get like one person in here and there, one person here and there.
Yeah.
And to be a
like
black woman on Love Island and like kind of, I mean, your hopes of finding somebody who's also into like black women on just based on the type of people that they bring into the island. It's not always like
it's few and far.
Yeah. So I can see how it's difficult to be like, oh, I'm just gonna recouple, but
and like, I do agree with that. And obviously if this wasn't Love Island and whatever, then obviously I'm sure even Indiyah would have walked away. But like you just said, it's a lot harder when you're in a circumstance like that. But yes, I to be honest, at this point, I'm not even gonna say that Indiyah's down bad, to be honest. I'm just going to say that Dami could have played this so much better.
Yeah.
So much better, but let his ego and stuff get in the way of like, of what was right.
Yeah.
Essentially in that situation.
Just going to talk about somebody who's like pivoting away, somebody whose head is on planet Saturn right now. One Mr. Jacques.
I'm finished.
One Mr. Jacques, who now had to be the unfortunate witness of Adam Collard cracking on with Paige.
Bruv.
I don't know if he thought it was going to be one like Juliet scenario. Oh no, Romeo's killed himself. I can't carry on. Type of thing.
Yeah. As if she was going to sacrifice herself for him. Right. This is Paige. This is Paige. What do you mean?
So Paige,
no.
We haven't reached. So just real quick, because we haven't spoken about Adam Collard since he joined or rejoined the island. I guess it was Adam coming as a bombshell, previous cast member from season 4, I believe, of Love Island.
Yes, I think yes.
One of the early seasons, and is basically renowned for moving mad in the past. Now coming back into the island on a good guy tip? Question mark?
A new man.
Yeah. Really
He's been reborn.
Yeah, been reborn. Really here to find love, find a relationship, settle down. Boyfriend type material as like he's pushing himself as. And yeah, cracking on with Paige. They seem to be getting on really, really well. So
yeah,
Jack's throwing up, crying, smashing the wall.
Yeah. Quaking in his boots.
Having a rough
Quaking
time.
in his boots. I part of me does feel bad for him. Part of me does, to be fair, because like he clearly like had never felt this way before. Like, and there's a first time for everything. And unfortunately for him, it was on a TV show. Unfortunately for him, it was on national telly. You know what I mean? So I completely understand that the pressure would have been a lot, and I might have changed my tune since last week. Forgive me, I'm human. But yeah, I kind of feel bad for him now. But at the same time, potato's gonna potato. The hell do you mean? Life goes on.
We move on. I have nothing else to say on that. We move on.
Bro.
Anyway, Tasha Andrew, do you care?
No.
Yeah.
And well, no. The only thing that I care about is the fact that Tasha has single-handedly
careful now,
by herself.
Careful now.
Okay. Obviously, it's not single-handedly, but why on God's green earth? Yeah. In 2022, yeah, are you effectively proposing to Andrew? Now let's rewind and let's not forget. Just last week, Andrew was confessing to having his mouth around the nipple of a woman. That was not Tasha. Okay. He admitted to being breastfed. Okay. And saying, I want to ruin you. Yeah, just last week. Just last week. And then you're coming here this week to now tell me that you, Tasha, are are taking this man back. Not only that, you are now going to ask him to be your boyfriend. The sense isn't sensing. No. Yeah. I don't condone this behavior. I don't agree. She does not speak for me. No. That's it. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, I don't have much more to add. I think they're both whatless, and that's also quite a toxic relationship in its own. Toxic as a term gets thrown around a lot. Shout out to Brent Fayez, but who said the same thing in his new album. But toxic in the sense of, they were both trying to out hurt each other again.
Yeah,
each other. Weird. It's weird. I don't know where that goes. And to be honest, I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't care. There's nothing else I really want to that.
Andrew is another one, and maybe it's because he took advice from Dami, right? But he's another one who, like, there were so many other ways you could have played this, and you played it wrong.
Yeah.
You played it wrong. Because in this situation, like, low-key, we should be feeling bad for Andrew if he had just lived out what he himself wanted to do.
You let man then bully you into all sorts of infidelities, and then you suck the breast and you're crying about it.
Like, but then he gets asked out for it. It's actually bonkers. This world is crazy. The world is crazy.
Anyway, I want to shout out Deji's suit. Someone called it a baby shower suit, which I'm not too happy about.
I'm finished.
I thought the suit was quite fly, but anyway,
I'm finished.
Shout out to Deji suit. Shout out to Deji for giving the best Jim Halpert impressions during the movie night.
Oh, honestly, that guy gave me life. And do you know what? I like. If I was going to be in Love Island, I would be Deji.
100%.
Because that guy he gets no action. None at all. Yeah, like that guy just exists. Yeah, and he's getting paid a bag. Yeah. Okay. He's just there to exist and to go at the camera. You know what I mean? Love it.
You too for facial reactions.
Bro, that guy is just a fly on the wall at this point.
He's having a good time.
And he's
there to do memes, which I'm carry on.
Little one-liners here and there.
Carry on.
And then he's off.
Carry on. When he does open his mouth to try and talk sense, I don't like it because I don't think there's much happening up here. You know what he said to Davide? He's like, "Oh, if Ekin-Su chats, she's just gonna lie, bro. She's gonna lie." And let me not be too presumptuous, because again, I need to bear in mind that the boys have their own perspective on things just based on what they see and hear.
Yeah,
and we, the audience, have a slightly broader perspective because we see both sides and we understand
both sides. Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
I take back what I said about Deji. I don't know enough about him really to comment on him. Yeah.
You know what? Before, like, one last thing before we go, right? And that is how much bitching was going on when because what happened? Tasha and Andrew started going out, and then it was the couple. There was a vote. There was the vote. And then basically Tasha and Andrew found themselves in the bottom two.
For the third time?
For the third time. They didn't end up going home, but Tasha was then upset because like literally bawling her eyes out because like she was in the bottom three. She was in the bottom like three again. For the third time. For the third time. And like she's just kind of like, what is like wrong with me? Like, why don't the audience like me? Like that kind of thing. And like I was gonna say what's the word I'm looking for?
Luca?
Like fair enough, like concerns kind of thing. But then I'm also like, no, not really. Because like, you know, if you were going, Andrew would go. And if Andrew was going, I would hope that you would go as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it really wasn't that thing. But anyway, so all of that's going on and everyone in the house was like, why'd you crying? Why'd you cry? I was like, this was like the first time that we were kind of seeing how people really felt.
Yeah.
About, as in, we always knew that like people don't like Tasha and Andrew necessarily being together.
Yeah.
But like just how people were speaking about it, I was like, yo, this is a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think Luca definitely made it worse. I think other people were like, Tasha's crying, like, but Luca's the one like, why is she crying for? Like, no, stop that. Why are you crying? And I was like,
and saying like, oh, I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. That's crazy.
I hate
That's crazy behavior.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then what else did he say? There was just a whole heap of talking. Oh, and then when I love when we get like little tidbits as well. Like so when Paige was like, or when the girls really when it was movie night and they were saying like, oh, like Luca's always staring the part, and like Paige was like, yeah, it's because he's the fucking prick. Like all of it, I was like, yes, get in, yes.
The cracks,
tell us how you really feel.
The cracks are fracturing for real. But
I love it.
Looking forward to next week. I hope they bring in some new Islanders to shake things up, because now we've had movie night. It's like, well, what's next? I don't know.
Parents come in, don't they? Like family and stuff at some point.
I don't. That's when I know the show's getting boring. When the families come into it, usually for me, that's when I'm checking out.
I'm finished.
I'm checking out. I'm not here for love. I'm here for the chaos. You know. And at that point, it's more love than chaos. So anyway,
I hope more people do come in, and you know what? I hope Gemma cracks on with Billy.
Are we gonna see Michael Owen?
No, we're not. I've heard he's not gonna come in. Yeah, I've heard he's not coming in. It's been confirmed. So yeah, he's not gonna come in. Okay. Unfortunately for Luca.
Luca, I'm gonna read Michael Owen. That's a chance.
honestly. Anyway.
Anything else before we go?
No. Literally, I'm hoping for more chaos. To be honest, I'm rooting for Billy. Really.
Yeah.
Rooting for Billy. Rooting for Billy and Gemma at this point. Just to make Luca's dreams come true, because clearly he really wants it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, let's make it go then.
Okay. Well, I will say real quick, because we don't really have a lot of time to talk about this and everything else. But Queenie and I held our first event on Thursday. It was a Love Island watch party.
Yes,
it was a great time. Shout out to everyone who came down. It was really fantastic to be able to experience not just like a TV show that we're currently interested in, but Love Island, which particularly draws out the opinions.
Yeah.
In that space, I had a great time. There, I know Queenie did too. So
yeah,
we're doing more in the future around Love Island, but also just broadly around stuff like films and TV shows that we want to experience with people. So yeah, watch this space. More to come.
Hey,
that's it.
Love it.
Anyway, Queenie, be speaking to you next week.
Yes.
For an update. Have a good week. And catch
you
you
as well. See you later. Peace.
Bye.